Looking at OTAs is one thing, but minicamp is here now, and now we are seeing that these guys are formulating good things together. This is Will McClay, and hopefully Will McClay continue to do player evaluation, which is 365, by the way, and that's Awesome Richards, and then that is also, I believe, Sadiq Charles. You're seeing the offensive line groupings, getting things together, and if the Cowboys want to propel themselves to higher heights, the offensive line must, M-U-S-T, be on the same page. That's the only unit that everybody got to be on the same page. Everybody must be on the same page. Everybody must be on the same page. And I'm not glitching out. I just want to drive home to that point right there, Cowboy Nation. And speaking of Parsons, Parsons is there at 90-degree weathers with the skull cap. So, hey, man, this guy's hot, man. He's ready to get things going. And for what we can see, Cowboy Nation, these are the things that we like to embody. The Dallas Cowboys leader is out here regardless of the situation and scenario and having fun. And that's what we like to see, Cowboy Nations. Coach Shotty is on the movement, and he's going to every single group, and he's putting efforts to make sure that they can feel his passion and his mindset, and he determines whether or not this team can go further or stay the same with the ideology of bringing forth the good things for coaching. And I like that with Shotty. And Brock Hoffman right here, underdog at this moment. A lot of people talk about the new shiny toy, Tyler Booker, but keep in mind that Brock Hoffman is no one to sneeze at, and he's going to fight for every spot on that field, Cowboy Nation. I love knowing that about him and his personality. And Shotty demands that everybody perform up to speed. No lackadaisies around here. He wants energy, and I love it. It's contagious too, by the way. It is absolutely contagious, and things are going to be just that way, Cowboy Nation. This is a situation and scenario secondary looks like, and it seems as if, though, I don't even know who this is, but I thought for sure I would know who this is. Y'all let me know in the chat. But he looked cool, though. He looked cool with the visor and everything. Let me know who that could. Matter of fact, let me rewind for your mind as we look at the juggernaut or the hawk over here. But that's Malik Hooker. It got to be Malik Hooker. I think that glove hiding the 8, that's 28, right? And Malik Hooker got those cool visories on, so I know for sure that that's Malik and them, right? And speaking of the Hulk or the Juggernaut, the man is built like, hey, let him be the first person off the bus. You know, when we was back in high school, we get the biggest, baddest player to be the first one off the bus so that the other opposing teams can be intimidated a little bit. That's who he is. Now, granted, we need to see him out there on the field and making all of those muscles work, but neither here nor there. The man is built to part, you know, so it is for what it is. Come on with it, Solomon Thomas. And your trios of wide receivers, 88-1-3. 88-1-3. And when you think of the outside guys, 88-3, which is George Pickens. And you can see number 1 is Jalen Tolbert, which we have high hopes that he can fill into this voided area, especially since the weighted vest is off of him. No longer will he be looking at number 1 DBs or number 2 DBs. He will be in the mix of number 3s and 4 DBs, which he should be able to eat. And of course, Lamb, we all know what Lamb is all about. It can be the whole movement of spam Lamb. Once again, shout out to the people that really pushing this, because here's my thoughts. You know for sure you can't double team everybody, right? And shout out to my guy, Landlord from Alabama, with the spam Lamb approach. You can't double team everyone. And this is a good situation, Cowboy Nation, regardless of the thought tracks of the team and the quarterback and the 30 years, 30 season droughts and stuff like that. But this is a situation that we like to see, and we must. This is Smith. Hopefully he can continue to excel. He's one of the undrafted guys. He got a tall hill to climb, and we'll see how all of that goes. One slave Dak is back into the fold. So we're looking for Dak Prescott to have one of his better seasons. Can he stay healthy? That's one thing. And finally, he got weapons on left and right. So we'll see how everything can work its way out with the run game. But overall, you got to be very excited about seeing this team moving in the right direction with 4. And especially speaking of offensive line, you seeing Coach Connor Riley making sure that the feet are right. This is one of the guys, I think Cornelius right here. And then, of course, we see Cooper Beebe. And you see my brother from another mother, Tyler Booker. Yeah. Boy, this team, hands is everything. Look at the stance. Boy, he getting these guys right. Get them right, Coach. Get them right. And speaking of the guy that could be the underdog out of all of this, let me know in the chat if he is one of your dark horses. That's Trayshawn Holden. And it could be a situation that number 7, even though that number is taken, right? But we could see something out of him, the undrafted guy. He runs through his routes right. He knows the wide receiver coach, Junior Adams. So he's in a good spot, but let's see if he can keep it by earning it. Nothing is given to him, just like that star on the side of the helmet. He got to earn every bit of it, and I can't wait to see what he can do for the 2025 offseason programs and things like that. Coach going through the motions, right? Nah, he just looking down, thinking about how he's going to coach these guys up. And that's what we're seeing out of this. And speaking of that, that could be Josh Kelly. I don't think that is Donovan Wilson. That could be Josh Kelly, the other wide receiver that got a tall hill to climb. And at this point, it's a mountain, not even a hill. And if he can make it, it'll be spectacular. We've seen stranger things that happen in life, and we will see what can all transpire from here. The drills that can get the bills done, or the drills that can play the bills, the drill that can pay the bills, for basically. And you're seeing the D-line room. Aaron Whitecotton, he's the real centerpiece of this all. If Whitecotton can get Fowler to get double-digit sacks, you're seeing also over here, if he can give me 7 or 8 sacks from the interior. Tommy, if he can learn, Tommy's kind of big, man. If Tommy can learn from Osa, he's more of a 3-tech. These are things that we can buy in and say, okay, the defensive front 7 is a whole lot better now, based off of the front 4. And of course, you see Mozzie there. Mozzie been one of those guys that a lot of people keep beating up. Continue. Put that pressure on him, because pressure can either make diamonds or it can bust pipes around here. So let's see what can happen out of him. And then, of course, nose the ball, see through the catch 39 for your mind. You keep doing your thing over there. Yeah. And earn that star. Of course, this is a double up of Parsons and this Ezraku looking. And keep this in mind. Is there a package that you can put out there where you have Donovan and Parsons on the same side? That would be crazy, even though you would like for those boys to be on opposite sides. But that means you squeeze Parsons inside and have him as the outside linebacker. It could be crazy. Yep, twist stunning and getting things going. That could be all good. Here's one of the things that I want to say. Ernest Brown. Hey, he may be a guy that can surprise a lot of folks. I know we talking about Parsons and Mozzie, but Ernest Brown, he's been working out tremendously this offseason. Let's see what he can do when it's time for his number to be called, number 51. Just pay attention to him, Just pay a good attention to him. And we're seeing Jerry Wayne Jones out there with the Cowboys hat on, with his arm folded, saying, how can I get Parsons for cheap? I don't want to pay this man this crazy money. I want to be able to negotiate a deal without his agent and get things going. Let's see what can happen, Jerry. But, you never catch Jerry without that jacket out there. It could be 1,000 degrees. He's going to have that jacket on. Yes, indeed. And that's Jerry with the hat and the jacket. I will call him Coach Jerry, but right now he's GM, owner, and he evaluator, Jerry, analyst Jerry. He's every Jerry, marketing motivator. He's all of those things put into one. Netflix Jerry. He's every Jerry things that you can think of. Jerry Seinfeld Jones. Come on with it. And Matt said with me, well, let's go. I didn't see this brother in so long, man. Hey, convert him to a tight end or something, man, But that's Matt, well, let's go. We'll we ever get our money back in return out of him, especially trading away Amari Cooper for him. Well, not technically for him, but that's the pick that we use with the Amari Cooper pick. Let's see if they can ever pay in. This is Jerry Jones. He's trying everything that he can think of to say, hey, let's just go ahead and play for peanuts, man. I got you 35. I can promise you, you will take this 35 and I'll give you another 10 down the stretch. But come on with it, man. I can give you guarantees of 100, not 122. You know, that's what he's saying. And Parsons saying, hey, man, I'm just waiting on my guy to give me the final conclusion to it all and these sorts of things. Cowboy Nation, post me your thoughts, post me your concerns. Part 2 will be right around the corner of me talking about this. But hit that like button, share this content, let that friend or that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Stay tuned for part 2. DC for life, not for short. Peace. We about.